What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good? We tuning in for another video, man. And today, we're going over to check on Meech to see what's going on with it. So I'm up and at it, man. Finna load the jack up, load the jack stand up, and see if I can get on there and see what's going on with transmission and diagnose any other thing. Check the oil, all that other stuff. Cause now everything done settled. Like I said, I checked it when it first happened, but I'm gonna check everything, man. I'm finna check everything, cause I don't know if Justin them gonna have the lift tied up or not. So I'm gonna take the jack just in case. But we finna head on over there, man. See what's to it, and then check back in. All right, checking in, man. Up and at it, early in the morning. Got my jack stand. We over here at Lawless, ready to roll. They just pushed it out. So I'm gonna jack this thing up. We're gonna jack Meech up, man. See what the transmission looking like. Gotta put my eyes on it, man, or something. So y'all just stay tuned. All right, checking in, man. So my boy Jesse just said we can put on the lift, so gonna save me from getting on the ground. Got a load of car. So we're gonna see what done happen in a little bit. Cause some bell housing look okay from up here, but who knows? Who knows? I don't feel nothing. I see it a little bit. Y'all see it. Chocolate milk. Got it again. All right, y'all. So we got a bigger problem too. So the engine is done, man. That crazy. One day, I don't know what happened, but look what we got. We got chocolate milk again, man. Chocolate. It's just, bro. Just wild, man. We got chocolate milk again, man. So between the transmission and this, man, we back at square one, y'all. One day. That crazy, y'all. One day. Chance you take. Cause y'all remember me telling y'all, I said could be intake gasket, but my inner instinct was telling me, y'all remember there was a lot of water got in the engine now. Y'all know I keep it real with y'all. I ain't gonna hide nothing from you. And this is a risk you take with hot rodding. Now y'all know engine was freshened, and I had it last year. And I remember when I initially pulled the oil filter off, when I put it in, I pulled the old oil filter off, it was chocolate milk. So I said, something that ain't good, cause you know water don't need to come in contact with bearings, man. Water come in contact with bearings, boy, it problems. I don't care what kind of bearings you got in them. That's what I was saying. I was like, man, too much water in it. I don't know. Aunt was thinking, well, it probably just why I left the boat out, cause he left a boat out in intake. And that can happen too, cause it happened to cheapskate. And it happened to cheapskate too. The intake gaskets weren't right. But too much water did what happened. Too much water, man, bearing. So the knocking sound coming from this. But the transmission, something happened to the transmission too, cause how much fluid coming out of it. So I gotta inspect that too. So I gotta know where I'm starting it. But that right there, chocolate milk, man. I just pulled the oil stick out. That ain't good. So this done right here. I got some good part like the heads and stuff. It didn't run hot, so it lead me to think the somewhere in the cylinder it might be cracked or something. You got good intake gasket stuff on it now, so somewhere probably in the block in the cylinder somewhere you can't see it got a crack in it, man. Cause if it had a crack in the head too, it'll run hot very fast. Cause I had a big block that had crack in the heads and had a crack in the heads. That joke will run hot just like that, just like having a bad intake gasket. But man, it just what happened, y'all. I know y'all was geeked up, man. I was geeked up too. But one day, I ain't never in my life had this happen though. Out of all the cars I ever done, I have never in my life had this happen, man. But y'all best believe, I'm prepared that if it wasn't knocking coming from there, it was coming from there. And I'm already on top of things, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is now. It ain't money wasted because y'all know this car gonna always be big block. So everything I had bought and done, it already set up for a big block. So that's a plus. I ain't tripping. I was gonna need all of this stuff anyway. All the headers, all the plumbing, the wiring. I'm gonna have to have all this stuff anyway. So now I just pretty much made it easier for myself to when I get my other big block finished, I'm just stick it over in there. And I ain't got to buy all this stuff. So basically, I just gotta buy the engine. Or finish the engine, I should say. So they're crazy. Chocolate milk, man. Let y'all see it again. That's what I said, man, when I was trying to sell the engine. I was like, man, it's a chance you could need just the intake gasket. Or it could need more. But it's over there done let a rod loose. It done let a rod loose. Where it sounding. And it's that water. That's what happens when water come in contact with your bearing. That's what I said, man. If you got a leak and or like a head gasket leak and a lot of water getting in that oil pan, you taking a chance. You taking a chance, man. I don't care what bearings you got. And they got good bearings in it. But we gonna see what that transmission looking like. So I see what I gotta do with that, cause either way the transmission gonna have to come out with everything gonna have to come out at this point. And then I'm gonna break the engine down so y'all can see what happened. And then I'm gonna take it to my guy so he can run it to the machine shop, have that block sonic tested, and then I guarantee it's something going on. I'm gonna have the head sonic tested too. Cause the heads, if they the heads some good, man, I'm gonna sell them. They'll be for good. They've been pouring and polishing and had a lot of work done by Coop Performance and stuff. So if the head's some good, I'm gonna pour and polish them, man. But y'all see, obviously we got a bigger problem, man. So one day, Meech, I don't know why he did me like this, but it's all good. Cause I get Meech said he want what he want. And I gotta learn, I gotta listen to my gut instinct, man. I told wife every time, man, I don't listen to my gut instinct, something happen. So, you know. All right, y'all, checking back in, man. Checking back in. So I'm back. Let me get me a chill. Y'all know I gotta get a chill for this one. Gotta get a chill for this one, man. To tell y'all what's to it. Cause y'all see where we at. Y'all see where we at, man. Once again, Let me see. The lighting. It is what it is. Let me get out of here. I'm trying not to get in the sun. Don't feel that bad today. But y'all see what it is, man. So let me tell y'all. I'm giving y'all this video today, but I already knew Friday. I knew the news Friday. I ain't know about the transmission. The transmission y'all seeing, like I said, I'm finding out what's wrong. I am really finding out what's wrong. But the engine, I knew about the engine Friday. But I had to drop my videos in line and stuff, so I done had time to get over everything, process everything and all that. Yeah, it messed up. I already know, man. I already know what y'all thinking. Some of y'all, especially ones that been following a long time, I know what y'all thinking. Hey, I can't stop you from thinking it. If you type it, it is what it is, man. I ain't, you know. But like, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all know I'm always keep it real with y'all. I'm one of the realest people on YouTube when it comes to car stuff. I could make it like ain't nothing happened or something happened. I could have made it look like I'm waiting on transmission, cause I can move that fast. I did it with Dolo just to show people. I did it. The only reason I did Dolo like that and then keep it honest with y'all is because people be thinking they got it figured out on the internet, and I be trying to show people that a lot of people don't keep it real in the car game when it comes to stuff like this. They want to make it look like they don't have problems and shit like this don't happen, but it do. Like that what me and Jess were talking about down there. He done had an engine more expensive than what I was dealing with, and man, the first day out, it's over and done with. Second time took it out, lost oil pressure again. He was telling me the story, and we talking about another level. So it happens even to the best of them, even people on a higher level than what I'm doing. But you know, on YouTube, people try to make it like it's a fairy tale and all, like everything perfect, and like make it like the cars run all the time, but it don't. But now on my end, where I hold accountability is not rolling my gut instinct. Y'all remember way back, for the ones that really die hard supporters and y'all follow everything and you in tune, like my boy King J, he one person I know he follow everything, called some people you can tell I know for a fact he follows and listens to everything. Like some people selective listeners, so they'll miss something. But if y'all remember, when I first got that engine and I first stuck that engine in the car and I unscrewed that oil filter, I didn't think no oil was in that engine. That's why I unscrewed the oil filter first, and I seen that chocolate milk. I'm like, wait a minute. So I got on the phone, made the call. I said, hey, I'm kind of nervous about this. Like, I was gonna take the engine back. I wanted to then, cause I was like, hey man, I know engines, y'all. I know better. I'm like, when water comes in contact with bearings and it sits, or it comes in contact with a camshaft, it ain't good. It ain't good, man. That's why y'all see I set that engine sat in the car for a year. I let it sit. I drained it. But I don't know how long that oil and water had been sitting in there with them bearings. So the damage was done, man, because you got oil and water sitting in there. Like when something like that happens, I'm teaching y'all this too, the ones that don't know. If you have an issue where you pop a head gasket or you got a cracked head or something, the water is getting in your oil, you want to save your bearings, immediately shut it off as soon as you see you got the problem. Drain the oil pan immediately. Get the water out the oil. It's bad enough that it come in contact with the bearings at all, but when it's just sitting, it's even worse. So now, me researching, thinking back, that engine probably had two problems. The intake was one thing, but it got a water leak coming from somewhere else too. It got a water leak coming from somewhere else. So I ain't getting into all that, but like I said, the joker knocking. It's definitely coming from it knocking. The engine knocking, man. It about down there about to sling a rod out. It knocking, and that's because his bearing failure, which comes from water coming in contact with the bearings. And I should have went with my good instinct, which y'all know I was saying pull it. And then I was trying to sell it at one point in time. I said it could be an intake gasket or it could be a head gasket. But I'm glad it didn't sell, because I wouldn't want nobody to go through that, man. And me, like the guy I am, man, I would have gave somebody their money back, or if they wanted to keep the parts, I would have gave half of their money back. You know, I don't believe in not making stuff right. And then I'm gonna have the parts for sale whenever I tear it down, but I will have everything sonic tested, which, like I said, that's a little bit lost right there too, cause I gotta pay the machine shop now. But I refuse to sell somebody some parts. When it comes to stuff like heads and blocks and rods and all that, I like to go to the machine shop, have rods checked for roundness, have the heads checked thoroughly, make sure pressure testing, no cracks in heads, cause they hard to find. I done had cracked heads before. Block, have all that stuff sonic tested and everything, and pressure tested, man. So I'm gonna do all that. The head's probably the best thing that'll be in the camshaft too. But I don't have everything checked, man, cause at that point, like I said, the engine just the L, man. It's a L on that, a little bit of L, not a little bit. I ain't capping like I ain't spending no money on stuff, man. But it's a L on the engine. Now everything else around the car is not an L, cause like I said, I had to do that stuff anyway. The transmission. So the transmission got a problem too. I don't know what it is, and I never had this happen. But the transmission is not cracked. Everything is intact. The flywheel intact. The converter's intact. That's why I was trying to show y'all underneath the transmission, but they had music going, so I put it as B-roll. But the transmission is blowing fluid out the vent tube, which they was telling me is signs of a bad pump, a pump failure. Cause it blowing, man. When I say it blowing transmission fluid, boy, I told y'all coming out by the back passenger tire, but that ain't nothing. It's easy. I get it out, get the showtime, man. DJ get it straightened out. But that's the least of my words. That's a minuscule problem right there. So even the engine, I mean, man, it wasn't an engine that was gonna stay in there. I said it from the jump, man. If you listen, I got something else cooking too. But it's just the point, man. It like I never had an engine that went that fast, man. I honestly haven't. I never had an engine that went that fast. And I had plenty of cars, plenty of engines. I never had one go that fast, man. Like that's crazy. They're crazy, man. But it just, I'm talking about not even an hour and 30 minutes, not even 90 minutes run time on that engine, man. Like that's crazy, man. And it's done. Like it's done for real. That joker knocking, man. It coming from the engine. I'm talking about sound, boy, like it about to come loose. It loose. It definitely loose. But ain't no need in cranking it to keep it from slinging out the block. If the block ain't bad, I don't know. Could be a minuscule crack in the head gasket, man. I don't know until I take it apart. But like me and Jess was saying, ain't no need in taking it apart and have it just sitting. I'm not taking that car apart until I'm getting ready to stick my other engine in. Now the bad thing about it, you know, you feel that I went through this. I went through that when I put the 305 in Meech, man. It like with all my cars that I build from scratch, I got to go through this bullshit first before I get to the glory in the promised land. So y'all know I went through it with Dolo. Then I finally spec'd my own combo. Dolo run like a top, man. Dolo run like a top. And the only reason it happened with Dolo is because the converter. The engine, it wasn't nothing that would let loose in the engine, none of that. That car been running right now if that converter wouldn't have come apart. So, same thing I'm going through with Meech now. I went through it with the stock setup, the 305, rinsed the piston rings. Bought the crate 350, put it in. Ran perfect, Nancy and wifey car. Now I had that big block. Big block, then it ain't run an hour and a half. Knocking. So now I got to go to the promised land. Cause I know when I put my new one in there, I already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be times 2 of what that was. I promise you. It's gonna be times 2 of what that is. And I ain't gonna have no issues and stuff. But man, it's just the point. Y'all know that's my favorite car. And what eat me up is when you be done sat in that joker and drove it and felt it. And you ain't felt that junk in years, man. And then just to be pause. That's it. But like I said, I ain't nobody to not keep it real with y'all. and be like a lot of folk, be fake and stuff. And people that watch ain't used to reality, so they'll come and say, oh, this and this and that, this and that. And I'm like, man, if they ain't went through it, for one, they probably ain't never dealt with nothing fast, no true high performance car or engine. If they can't understand this stuff I go through, they ain't never dealt with nothing no high performance really. They done dealt with mildly modified stuff. For two, I don't know, they just wanna troll or something. But I don't care, man. You know, either way, it all help. But I'm already got stuff cooking, man. Like I said, you got to be 2 steps ahead, cause you know you taking a chance out top with it. So it like this shit can go this way or it can go this way. So you be ready for it. Now, I done had my time on the weekend. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie and say I went mad. I ain't even tell you no lie, cause we ain't dealing with no chump chain. But y'all know how I roll. It's a normal pattern. I do this all the time. I'm gonna be mad a couple days. After that, I'm gonna snap out of it. Be like, all right, shit. Me being mad ain't gonna fix it. Let's get right and get it done. So that's what it is, man. Like I said, I knew Friday, but I wasn't just finna say something right then. I'm like, I'm gonna stretch it out, make my videos and all that. But I already knew. That's why I'm just right here chilling, man. Like, it is what it is. So that's just what it is, man. Like I said, ain't nothing I can say about it. But I already know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm finna do what I said I was gonna do. And I'm finna put the grown man in there, the full grown man. You know, I'm finna put a fully grown man in it and be done with it, man. Just do it. Like I said, I should have been did it. Cause I could have been rolling right now. And then, hell, tested everything. Hell, I could have been painted by now, but now it's gonna push it back about 2-3 months. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It kind of fucked up cause the year, you know, it's over with. And it's just the way stuff gonna happen, parts and getting it together. Like time go by fast, man. Cause y'all look at Dolo. I think Dolo about to go on 3 months, man. The time be going by fast. Like the truck, brown coat, 2 months had went by before you know it. Then Dolo, I think probably about 3 months finna go by. And it ain't me, man. It's just that sometimes you waiting on parts, sometimes you not. Now with Dolo, it's just not me. We ain't waiting on parts. Cause I ain't even show y'all what I bought. I ain't even show y'all the stuff I done did, man. But I bought some stuff to speed the process up. Sometimes, man, you might be waiting on one part. I buy a whole set or whatever to get it done. Cause I'm like, man, it is what it is. So Dolo ain't waiting on me, man. I'm just waiting to get a call, say, you ready to come pick up. But it is what it is, man. I got something already cooking, man, already baking. Meech will be back, and this time the debut gonna be showing up official debut. Cause it was a good engine. I mean, it made some power, but what I'm finna stick in that joker now gonna be, that right there ain't gonna be nothing compared to what I'm finna stick in that joker now. I'm talking about real hog business. So, like I said, man, it crazy cause that joker didn't have 90-minute run time on it, man. Hey, man, that joker ran for, then ain't got enough time to run for 3 TV shows, man. 3 30-minute TV shows. That's a wild jump, boy. I tell you, boy, I be having some escapade with these damn engines. Add it to the collection over there. I got 2, but I'm gonna end up using all them things, man. I got 3 small blocks. Man. I need to put them together, man. But I don't know. I'm gonna put this stuff together soon and do something. But I hate it for y'all, man. I know everybody looking forward to Meech, boy. Y'all know we finna turn up with that Meech content too. We finna turn up, man. But now we gonna like I said, we're gonna when we come back, man, we're gonna be official. I guess Meech said he want what he want. I guess Meech said, don't play with me, man. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. That's all Meech says. I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm gonna give you what you want. So, hey, that's it. What it is. We gotta get a transmission, and we gotta get an engine. But I ain't even. I'm gonna hit DJ, man. I ain't even talk to him. I'm gonna talk to him right after I get finished filming this, and then tell him about the transmission. But ain't no need in taking it out, cause then he'll get it done, And then I have a damn new transmission over here in the garage taking up space. So what I'm about to do is I ain't picking the car up today. I don't feel like it, even though it's the best day. But and my trailer gone too, man. I let my boy Rick use the trailer. But I got to move Dolo. I got to push that joker all the way up here. So I'm gonna have to bag wifey car. Not wifey car, her car right here. I'm gonna bag Black Haven up. And then bag brown coat up. And I'm gonna have to push Dolo over here. And then right before I pick up Meech, and then I'm gonna put Meech right back in this spot. Cause it ain't finna be touched. Man, when that engine get done, that joke gonna roll out this spot. And this time, man, it just gonna be top secret, man. It gonna be top secret when it get done. Like I did Dolo, it gonna be fast. So, cause now it gonna really be fast, cause just the engine. I did everything else, but it gonna be real fast. So I'm gonna move Dolo, put Meech back right there. Dolo gonna be sitting right there where the truck at, and then brown coat be back right there in that spot. And then we get the engine, man. I move brown coat out, and then drop the engine back in Dolo, get it back running. We'll be good to go. Oh, excuse me, y'all. So that's gonna wrap it up, man. So I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all later. BCG, we out.